Mike Knox. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? I go by the name Fred Nux. We about to give y'all something special. You ready?
Welcome back, everybody, to Around the Blocks with Mike Knox. It has been a long time since I've been here. I've had no reason to be here. Wrestling has not been all that great. Well, let's rewind that. Monday Night Raw has not been that great. But all in all, the world of professional wrestling is in fully capable, good hands. And the hands that make it what it is today, day one-ish. Right here, people. Clash of the Champions was last night. Clash of the Champions in the Thunderdome 2020 edition. Gold Rush, as they call it, but it should have been called Blood versus Blood. Listen here, guys. Overall, what else is new? This is what we knew we were going to get from any WWE pay-per-view. It's just what it is. People are going to complain. People are going to have criticism, or they're going to criticize, and they will do any and everything to say what we saw last night was not good television. They will say what we saw last night was predictable. I've heard it all, from predictability to no titles changing hands to wasted time. And I encourage you the same thing that I've always encouraged you to do. And that is to simply understand that wrestling is storyline. That's simple, people. That's simple. And last night, they told good stories. Okay? Good story. Let's just get the particulars out the way right here, right now. We had women's champion Asuka take on Zelina Vega. Why? I don't know. Don't get mad at me. They booked this shit. It was horrible. Listen, nothing against Zelina Vega, okay? The Aaliyah of professional wrestling, okay? She's beautiful. However, I'm not taking away from her wrestling ability. She should not be in a ring with Asuka when she was just running from Bianca Belair just 3 weeks before this time. She should not be there, but I'm okay with that because it was a time filler for what we thought would come later. Also, Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro in the pre-show take on Lucha House Party, win that match. The Street Profits beat Andre and Angel Garza in a tremendous match. Tag team wrestling match, that is, if you will, so to speak. And storylines out of that match, you see Angel Garza and Andrade becoming what they should have been with Zelina Vega. I don't book this shit. They do. I just talk about it. What else happened? Apollo loses to Bobby Lashley with the Hurt Business being out there with the Hurt Lock is what is now being called. And her Continental Championship match was led off the show. Listen, people. I have said from day one. See my shirt? Day one-ish. Get to that in a second. I am a Sami Zayn fan. When all you people laughed at me, I was a Sami Zayn fan. To the fact that even my children now, which threw me off, also cheered for Sami Zayn last night. Here's the reason why this Intercontinental Championship match, you ready for this bombshell, people? I don't care. Write it down. At me. Tag me. Tell your mother about me. Matter of fact, go tell your boyfriend's uncle's sister about me when I say this. It was the greatest finish to a ladder match of all time. Not like the greatest women's wrestler of all time, who we all miss and miss dearly. I know I do. Charlotte, the greatest women's wrestler. Of all time, Flair. But this was the greatest ending to a ladder match we have ever seen. I cannot say this is predictable. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think this match is predictable. Although I predicted Jeff Hardy to win it, I wanted Sami Zayn to win because I'm a Sami fan. Didn't think they would pull it off. When you're watching SmackDown, which is the A show to the WWE, not Raw, it's SmackDown. And we're going to discuss that. Comment below and I'll let you know why SmackDown is wrestling's #1 show. WWE's #1 show. This is why. Every time a heel brings out handcuffs, they typically lose. Not in this case. They won. He won. He beat Hall of Famers AJ Styles. He beat Hall of Famer Jeff Hardy. And yeah, it was Yom Kippur yesterday, so maybe that's why he won. Okay? But this is great. You look at Jeff Hardy, you see superstar. You look at AJ Styles, you see superstar. You look at Sami Zayn, you go, does he need change on the corner? But it's okay. He wrestles. He mic skills. Sami Zayn has always been the coup de grace, if you will, so to speak, in my opinion, in the squared circle. And to see him beat not just one Hall of Famer yesterday, but two Hall of Famers in that manner, it was brilliant to handcuff Jeff Hardy's ear to a ladder. Now, let's be honest here. It was a baby ladder, and he had to pick it up. That's cool. But he still handcuffed his ear to a ladder. Let that sink in for a second. For those who said it was trash, it was whack. You're trash and you're whack if you think that was trash and that was whack. Yeah, I said it. I don't even kind of get on my fans like that. I'm sorry, but if you thought that was horrible, then just go somewhere. Go wipe the ass. Okay? Also, to have the handcuffs, my brilliant wrestling mind of a son says, Dad, that's brilliant. He handcuffed himself to, if I can't get it, you can't get it. Then he pulls out a key to unlock himself, handcuff AJ Styles to the ladder to get the photo op, a la Ready to Ramon, your new Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn. Let's move on. We'll get to these discussions in the question. Randy Orton is truly the MVP of 2020 when it comes to professional wrestling. This ambulance match was the greatest ambulance match in history. Now look where I'm going already, guys. We have the greatest finish to a ladder match. We have the greatest ambulance match ever. Here's several reasons why I thought so. Not only was it brutal, not only was it hard-hitting, not only did it have big spots in it, but it reminded me of those Undertaker Buried Alive matches when they couldn't beat Taker. And they would have to come out to help mankind help bury Taker alive were the people that was against Undertaker. Randy has been on a tear for the last 2 months. Well, longer than that, actually. Like I said, the entire year, he is the MVP. And I'll get you a question and comments in a second, and thank you all for tuning in. But you look at that ambulance match, and you have the Big Show. Come on, I know where you're sitting there watching it at first, like, what the fuck is this? Why is the Big Show here, right? And then you go further, and then there's Shawn Michaels stepping on a ladder, by the way, on top of the ambulance to super kick him off the ambulance. Then you have at the end Flair driving him off, and at everybody that Randy did wrong, Christian gets involved as well in this. Everybody who Randy did wrong comes back and gets a shot in on Randy. To have, yeah, he may have missed the punt kick. And I get that part, but it's wrestling. There's always going to be a missed spot somewhere in there. So as wrestling fans, I think you're pretty petty, okay? And I'm Petty Murphy. I think you're pretty petty to pick on botches and everything else that happens in wrestling like you can do it. Like, it's like a man talking about, oh, you don't get none for no girl. Well, isn't always a guy who can't get a girl talking about somebody can't get none, right? Can you wrestle? Can you drop a promo? Can you do a podcast longer than 3 episodes? If not, shut the hell up, okay? Because last night, the missed punt and all, it was fitting. It was a story. They told a perfect story. In my opinion, if they continue, hey, I will digress. But as of right now, as of this morning, as of the end of last night's pay-per-view, that should be the end of that rivalry. But it's Randy, so it's probably not. But it's storyline speaking, I mean, wrestling is storyline. That was a great ending to what we saw in their rivalry. It was absolutely fantastic of a Hell in a Cell match. End all the be all the ambulance match, which leads into the Hell in a Cell. Maybe there will be a Hell in a Cell match. That is the next pay-per-view. Okay? But overall, that match was insane. Now, I take you back a little bit. Right? So we have Asuka is coming out because Bayley has no opponent. Her opponent can't make the match, so nobody's ready for Asuka. So I thought it made sense. I thought I loved the fact that Asuka comes out because who does she lose her titles to? These 2 girls, right? She's going to come back and get them because only one's there. Lo and behold, in the middle of this match, Bailey, I'm sorry. Hey, we want some Bailey. Interferes in this match by disqualification. And then bam, out of nowhere, which like an RKO we knew was coming, Sasha Banks attacks her. Sasha Banks doesn't attack her. Sasha Banks starts to get her ass whooped for attacking her before she gets back on the offensive. I loved almost, because I didn't like, the Asuka versus Selena Vega match. But everything on this pay-per-view last night hit from top to bottom. I loved it. Even, in fact, the 24/7 championships that transferred last night between the coach Gulak and R-Truth just continues to be funnier and funnier and funnier. But it leads us to why I have this shirt on right now. Why I'm in here sweating bullets right now. Come on, man. You know what I do in the back of them cars, D? Do you know what I do in the back of them cars? It ain't like you back there sweating bullets, man. Well, guess what? I'm in here sweating bullets, man, because I've been down since day one shit. And y'all know it. The Usos, if you have not seen the Chronicles, okay, of Jay's Usos, doing his promo and talking, and just the SmackDown, from SmackDown to the Chronicles to this. This match was built beautifully. This match proves to wrestling fans that WWE be fucking up. All right? Because if you can build this way in 3 weeks to a month, if you can build this, you can build anything. If you can make Roman that type of Roman that fast, you could have did it a long time ago. I don't know exactly how much fingerprints on the, that Vince has on SmackDown. But to me, it seems like Vince doesn't even touch SmackDown because SmackDown is that far above Raw. Raw may be the baby. Raw may be the flagship, but Raw is not the A show. Raw is not the A show because they don't have the A number one guy on their show. You think that it's Braun Strowman? You think that it's Drew McIntyre? You think that's their number one? Drew McIntyre may be the chosen one, and finally, the chosen one has decided to choose to grab the brass ring, that proverbial brass ring that none of us know how to fuck you catch it. But he's grabbed it. He's running with it, and his matches are exciting, but he ain't the number one guy. The big dog, the tribal leader himself, Roman Reigns, has been, for the last 7 years, the number one draw for WWE. Fans that booed him. I was at WrestleMania in New Orleans, and I left it livid. Y'all know that rant I went on. And it's a wrestling fan. You can boo whatever the f you want to boo. But I just think it's stupid and foolish to spend thousands of dollars to go boo something. Just leave. You booed this man out the building multiple times. And listen, guys, I know you don't know how to make it give her multiples. That's okay, because my name is Mike Knox with 3 X's. Don't get at me because of the whore you dated ain't hardcore. Okay? But multiple times, as I give them to her, okay, does y'all boo this man? And now you want to like the methodical, the trash-talking Roman Reigns. And I'm going to take it back. So before we go 2 steps forward, let's take 2 steps back. Not like Paula Abdul. Okay? I'm too old for y'all to even know who Paula Abdul is. But you know who he is. You know who she is. All right, then. But listen. Oos coming out. I need to level up. His kids saying who's going to win? Uncle Uha. You know what I'm saying? No one believing in Jimmy to win this match. And lo and behold, he's in this match. And people are commenting like, oh, God, man, Roman, this match should have been over. This match should have been over. You know what? I thought the match would be a fast match too. But the fact that it wasn't, the fact that Roman toyed with his cousin was brilliant. Because frankly, people, I'm going to jump the gun. Excuse me. I'm a little hot. Know your role and shut your mouth. Because I am praying to God above, oh baby Jesus, the Golden Wrestling Ring Major. Please give us Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania in Hollywood. Because I got my tickets already purchased for LA. And I can't wait to see it. The way that they are talking, go back and watch the Chronicles again with Oos. And he names every single member of that family that we know except for Lance Anoa'i and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Lance, we get he hasn't been fully over yet, other than doing a couple spots on Raw, you know, doing shows. But overall, he doesn't mention The Rock and why? Because it's a prelude to what to come. He's the tribal leader. He's the one that puts the food on the table from the family. The family depends on Roman. Roman, I love you, but I love the storylines. I gotta be as the storyline would go. Who the hell are you, Roman, compared to The Rock? The Wayne The Rock Johnson is the all end all, the be all in that family. But as of right now, it's Roman because The Rock retired. This was great. The ending was great. That Brother Oos had to come down to throw in the towel, making him say, listen, the trash talk in the ring alone was better than anything that could happen in this match. Just the trash talk. The fact they would lower. They did it a lot. It was too clear. They would lower the crowd noise to hear them trash talking was for a reason. The referee getting in the way. This is family business. Stay out of family business. Yo, tell me I'm the tribal leader. This was insane on all levels. This pay-per-view was amazing on all levels because the trash that was in this pay-per-view cannot have the stench of that aroma overshadow blood versus blood ambulance match Gold Rush, which was Clash of Champions. 5 out of 5. Undisputed championship matches. I gave my grade already because this pay-per-view hit on every level. It had great in-ring action. It had big spots, okay? It had legends in it. It had family in it. It had great storylines in it. Top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom. Now we're here. This was a great pay-per-view for the WWE. Which, by the way, how when Raw has been so bad? Raw was so bad this past Monday, a week ago today. I don't know how they could have came back from it. The way Retribution was debuted with the stupid Bane mask, having Selena Vega beat Mickie James, just repeated dumb shit after dumb shit that doesn't make no sense after no sense after dumb shit that Monday Night Raw does. But SmackDown, the A show, it has Roman Reigns, the franchise guy. It has Bray Wyatt, the guy that we all love. It has AJ Styles. It has Jeff Hardy. Now, I know the draft is coming. They just announced yesterday. So a lot of things are going to happen. But I guarantee you one thing. SmackDown will remain the #1 show. It's just business 101, guys. Fox paid too much money for it not to be. So I am intrigued. I do want to hear from you. Comment below, as they say. Let me know. Draymond Jones would say that is. And tell me what you think about this. Who will stay on SmackDown? Who will stay on Raw? Clearly a shakeup needs to happen because Raw is ass. The problem is that they better not make SmackDown ass for Raw again because Fox may be mad. But you always got yourself this too. You already gave me $7-something billion for it. So if it's ass, that's on you. I got my money. You know what I'm saying? It's like when a girl say, man, you couldn't last 2 minutes. So what, bitch? I still fucked you. That's what Ja Rule said, not me. I'm just saying. But I'm saying, this was a great pay-per-view. Let's look at some of these comments. What's going on, Dennis? Last night was amazing. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. We got talk that shit, Mike. There you are. Carlos chiming in. My man McCain coming, and Roman needs to whoop his ass too. He did. What? Talking about The Rock? You know what? Let's talk about that, right? Because I said this last night, brother McClain, and I'm gonna say this. Go Birds. We tied, but you know. Whatever. We didn't lose to the Bungles. We tied the Bungles like we did last time we played the Bungles. But I will say this much. Everybody remember WrestleMania 28, my dumb drunk ass, because I was drunk off my ass at my first WrestleMania, was going for John Cena over The Rock. But not because I like John Cena more than The Rock. Because to me, it made sense. It made wrestling sense. I get looking back now, again, I was drunk. It's The Rock in Miami who hasn't wrestled. Duh. I should have known he was going to win because this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. Or you wouldn't be here listening to me right now. Okay? But watching that, knowing, okay, Rock won. He's supposed to win, but then they gave Cena his get back. But then, storyline-wise, the story in which they were telling, I thought Cena should have won. The story in which they should tell now, moving forward, Roman should beat Rock. Rock has said this is reportedly, Rock has said. I've never really seen the inserts necessarily, but I've heard enough people say it, so I believe it to be true. And if I'm wrong, then hey, sue me. I don't read dirt sheets, but I do believe a lot when enough people say something, it's true. I do remember seeing it somewhere where Rock said Roman wasn't ready. That Roman wasn't ready. So, you know who's ready now? Roman. Fans love him now. He acts like he's the shit now. And I can see, because I love, and people don't know this, but I love when I'm wrong. Because my opinion comes across as if fact so much, people hate me. You know that? People don't like your boy because I got passion about my opinions that y'all think it as fact. But I never say fact. I say my opinion. So don't get mad at me because you have no passion. That's why you ain't got no woman or no man, because you ain't got no passion. I have passion for this thing I call professional wrestling. Okay? So when I express that passion, I speak facts with facts and opinions with opinions. Okay? And the fact of the matter is that Rock has said he wasn't ready. And like I said, I started by saying I love when I'm wrong. I kept saying Roman is the same Roman after the Shield. This is different. What I saw, what I've been seeing is a different Roman. How he toyed with Uso last night was insane. You know what they do when they see me? When they see me, you know what they say? Which one are you? This was just built on so many levels of great. I can't even say it again. We say Dennis chimes in. Fuck that. They let them two build this correctly. That was one of the most emotional fights I've ever seen. It definitely reminded me of some Edge versus Matt Hardy. It was so intense. And this was family. And let's think about this for a second, right? They're a family of professional wrestlers. They have learned this business since they were children. They have played wrestling their entire lives. That translation of that in this ring to me was amazing. Having Brother Uso come out and throw in the towel when his brother said, "Don't do it, don't." That set siege right there. That was siege right there. Will the Usos break up once Jimmy's ready to get back in the ring? Jay's ready to get back in the ring. That you don't know what can happen with that. You can take that "don't throw in the towel" and make it about throwing in the towel. The family can come out of all. You're going to see Rikishi here soon, I think, on television. You're going to start seeing the Anawani family on television soon because he's claiming to be their tribal chief and leader and the head of the table, which sets the perfect picture for Roman to know his role, shut his mouth, and put his foot up the Rock's candy ass. I can't believe I just said that. I will be at WrestleMania screaming, "Let's go, Roman. Let's go, Rock." I know I will because I'm kind of a fan. I don't care. But, Dennis gives it a 9 out of 10. Come on, man. You know we do belts over here. We only go 5. Dennis, come on. Pull out your woodworks. Give me is it 4 out of 5? Is it 5 out of 5? And what belt? You see right there, Michael Graham Buddy P checks in. 4 out of 5? That's it? Okay, whatever. Triple H Evolution title reigns because of that, what do you put? Underhanded tactics used throughout the show. The way that people won was insane. Like, I'm sorry, Sami Zayn's finish, it was the greatest finish to a ladder match ever. And as I told my sons, and my kids actually was all here watching together, loving this ladder match, when Jeff Hardy hits that big move, we should all know by now Jeff Hardy ain't winning the pay-per-view match with a ladder match in it, right? We should just know that. Jeff Hardy's not winning a ladder match. Why? Because Jeff Hardy puts his body through ladders. So he's not winning a match if you put your body through a ladder. I remember that too. Rock said that he would love to fight Roman at WrestleMania. Okay. Well, Roman is ready now. I love this Roman as well. The Rock has recently started as an interview that he wanted to share the ring with with Roman Reigns. He said double R at the big brand investment. Okay, so it makes sense. And I thought I read that too, Grand Body P. That would happen, that Rock was trying to set up something for him with Roman at WrestleMania. And it's going to be in LA. Well, what's it called? It's titled as of right now, if the pandemic is to be pushed forward, which I'm in Florida. We're in phase 3. So the election's about to come. This will all be over soon. So by next March, it's already been dubbed WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. Can we get Hollywood Rock back versus Roman? We shall find out. Will Roman say you left the family? This is going to be insane to me. Even if you hate Roman Reigns still, y'all love Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman And Rock, oh, this is going to be amazing. Mr. Jerry Carcanium himself from The Last Dragon. They finally took that vest off. You know what? And okay, and I will say this to those who say that about the vest. And I would always argue and say, well, it's the same. It's the same. I tell you, I love being wrong. He looked amazing without that vest on. He looked more imposing. He looked more vicious. And I'm keeping it a bean guy. And my wife's right in that room, and I'll roll the beautiful bean footage, and I'm heterosexual male all the way. Roman looked good last night, y'all. Okay? Roman looked good last night. That he looks like a champion. Roman looked like he come up with some ass. I'm sorry. Roman had it going on last night. My man Hugo checking in. Yo, Mike, ready for my my ratings? LOL. I didn't watch. I'll be watching today. Get off of here. I'm getting all the spoilers already. Okay? Yeah, from what I've gathered of SmackDown, they have been doing a fantastic job with these angles. My man Mo Eaton _ Mo Eaton checking in. Belt King Extraordinaire. Belt Kings Radio episode 13 coming up today. And guess what we're talking about, y'all? That classic, that special someone, The Rock's commemorative title, special edition title that drops today. Look for that. Belt Kings Radio, Belt Kings, where all the podcast is, where this podcast is as well, at BDSIRnetwork.com for those who don't watch it live. But Mo checks in. You'll be in your living room screaming. You don't think we'll be at Mania? Listen, I already bought my tickets, and them some bitches won't get my money back. So I can go fly anywhere. So as of now, I'm going to fly to LA and hope LA still got it going on. But I disagree with you, Mo. I thought that too, until it's just the way things are. My state is in full-fledged back open. I go watch the Birds play yesterday at Hooters, which, by the way, I don't know when Hooters stopped being about Hooters and started becoming about asses. But Hooters has changed their whole menu. But I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all these people just come around me like, damn, can you put a mask on? I guess the pandemic's over here in Florida, which we are still one of the highest cases in America. So go figure that out. I'll be there too. You'll be where? Stop playing with me. You go to WrestleMania and I'm at WrestleMania, bro, then you already know we hooking up for a drink and a drink. And the whole family coming too, by the way, just so you know. So you can have shout out to Mrs. Knox. I'll be there too. 5 out of 5. They're going to parade I'm looking for, Dennis. There it is. 5 out of 5 smoking skull belts. Hey, everybody listening. If you have a friend or someone who said they didn't like this pay-per-view, go smack them. Just smack them. And just say it's from Mike Knox, okay? That way you won't get in trouble. They come see me. All right. WrestleMania goes viral again. Let's hope that COVID doesn't throw a wrench in our plans. I want to talk about COVID right now. I'm talking about WrestleMania. Rock versus Roman. Rock versus Roman. Blood versus blood. Chief versus chief. Who really is the tribal chief? All right. Scotty Diggs signs in. I told you that that's all he needed. Okay, whatever. He took the vest off. He looked good. Okay? He looked good last night. Forget Jason Momoa. Let Roman Reigns play Aquaman. That's all I want to say. I only saw... Shut up. I'm not going to even read that, Mo Eaton. I'm not going to even read that. Disrespectful. But you were probably at work or at church, so I let that slide. Okay. I saw a Zoom he did where he's going to get new music soon, too. He got the best shape of his life right now, and it's paying off. I don't think Roman needs new music. I love that. I think the music can stay the same. And I think it has become more of a his than a Shield thing at this point, since the Shield has been broken up for so long right now. So I'm in full effect of Roman's music staying the same. But yeah, like I said, I was wrong. I didn't know what a new look could be. I know I didn't want to see him back in tights. Right, like where he was in his FCW days. I didn't want to see that. So, again, this Roman looks badass. This Roman just flat out looked badass. Church is work for me, but I was working at the club. Well, I know, and it's Sunday, so I know it's hard for you, Mo _ Eaton. But again, guys, I'm out of here. This is just my fast review from Clash of the Champions. Again, I loved it. Please share this with your friends and get their opinions on here. Want to comment below and let us know what you thought about Clash of the Champions last night. Again, I absolutely love this pay-per-view from top to bottom, top. Here we are here. Shout out to my mother. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Guys, really haven't been here, but there haven't been no Belt Kings. I had a little bit of a health scare, but I am back now. So we are back to doing what I like to do most, and that's talk shit about professional wrestling. And that's talk shit about those who don't know shit about professional wrestling, because last night was the shit. And with that being said, don't wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God, or better yet, know your role and shut your mouth, Rock, because Roman Reigns is coming for you, baby. Let's get it, Rock. Let's go.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike KNOXX. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? I go by the name Fred Nux. We about to give y'all something special. You ready?